A couple of weeks ago on a live stream, we talked about a new ice maker we're getting, and we've been using it in the brewery house for the last couple of weeks. It makes great ice, but I bet you a lot of you guys are wondering, how are we going to bring an ice maker like this into the beer and fermentation world? Well, we've got a pretty fantastic idea, and Tim is going to explain it.
That is, it makes ice. You're thinking to yourself, thanks, Madden. That's like saying a school festival is a festival held at a school. But what also does it make ice out of? Cider. So we figured we would use this to see if we could ice or freeze distill a cider.
A lot of you guys in the beer industry have probably heard about iced beer, namely the Eisbock. It's the number one beer. But a lot of people in the distilling world, or especially the home alcohol making world, make what's called Applejack. Applejack is a freeze distilled hard apple cider where you concentrate both the alcohol and the sugars that are left over in the cider to make a really concentrated and alcoholic version of it that you can flavor however you want. And that's what we're going to be trying today.
Basically, the non-super sciencey way that happens is water freezes before anything else. Alcohol has a lower freezing temperature than water. The sugars will actually freeze at a lower temperature than water in there too. So you can freeze the water out of the product and leave all the sugar and alcohol in.
So let's go ahead and use this Newair ice maker to see if we can make some Applejack.
All right. First, we open it up, as you do with most things. Then, you get yourself some cider. Right here we have some lemon cardamom cider coming from Trailbreaker Cider Company. So we're just gonna dump that sucker right in the front there. And on Peter's side, we have one of our strawberry orange seltzers. Now that's basically going in there to add a little bit more delicious flavor to it. These machines are really darn easy to use. They are really effective. You can get a lot of ice out of it in a short time. And Peter's gonna show you. Right on front there, there's a power button. You press the power button to turn it on.
Now it's going.
So after you have turned on your ice maker, selected your ice size, like we just showed you how to,
all you're doing is basically taking the frozen product that doesn't have alcohol in it and removing that while you let the alcoholic product condense, concentrate, and turn into that Applejack. So we're gonna wait probably 2 or 3 hours and keep adding more and more cider as we do that. And then it's gonna continue to distill out all the non-flavored, non-alcoholic water. And we will be left with the concentrated, and we will check back with you after that's done a little bit, I guess.
2 hours later.
So we've had this running for a little bit. You can maybe hear it going on right now. It is very quiet unit. It doesn't have much noise at all to it, actually.
So we have a distillate that we've already pulled out from doing this previously. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a taste and kind of tell you what we would do to make that into a full Applejack.
All right, let's see. We did let this one go for a couple of days on that, adding more cider as we went along. That way we kept liquid in there and still pulling out more flavor and alcohols.
Basically, we had what was a 5.5% cider that we were trying to distill up to 20%. We haven't done anything to this cider, but for normal Applejacks, what you do at the very end of it is you'd add a little bit of brown sugar and some spices to kind of make it cidery sweet.
This one does look different than what we showed you earlier on the video. Like we said, we already did one. This was done with a strawberry rhubarb cider. Actually, a lot of the color has pulled out of it, which is a good sign. It means we actually did some distillation process.
And the smell tastes like a liqueur already. So without any added sweetener, nothing else in it, it's already tasting like a proper liqueur.
Yeah, I would say there definitely is some residual sweetness missing from the original cider on there. But I am getting a far more intense fruitiness coming out of this. I can taste the fruit much, much more than I could in the original.
Holy cow, that's good. I would almost say maybe like an ice wine.
Not quite as sweet as an ice wine, but definitely
Yeah.
has that quality to it, where you have that concentrated, deep, deep flavor.
Yeah, it's got a lot of mature flavors in there. I love this.
As you can see, there are no bubbles in this. There's no carbonation. That is a product of running it through the machine. As it's running through here, all the carbonation will get pulled out of it, but that is okay. I don't think this needs to be carbonated at all. I think it would be a detriment if it was.
Oh, yeah. And there's going to be a steady influx of oxygen during this whole process, and so there will be a little bit of oxidative effect, which is actually appropriate in a lot of wine-style beverages. So overall, it tastes like a mature, nice, boozy beverage.
The alcohol is actually very smooth. I expected it to be a little bit rougher in there. Usually the freeze distillation process leaves some impurities behind, but this is awesome. Amazing.
So maybe a great way to take some cheap apple cider that you made that maybe didn't taste what you wanted to taste and turn it into a nice product.
Or grab your favorite apple cider, throw it into here, make yourself some apple wine, throw some spices into it. Now you got some great Applejack going on. Give it out in Christmas, drink it during the winter. You know, endless possibilities.
It'd be great served warm with some mulling spices.
Oh man,
that'd be awesome.
Yes, a glue cider.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. Warm it up, some warming spices with it. Take it up sledding, snowboarding, skiing, or just in your backyard. You know.
Yeah. Well, pretty quick video, but hopefully you've got an idea of what we tried to do with this. It worked actually really, really, really well. So we'll leave links to this in the description below. If you've got ideas of what you would like to see us try with this later, let us know in the comments below. Other than that, we'll see you later. Like, subscribe, comment, all the natural stuff.
All the good stuff on there, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.